Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's family vlog, we're taking you on a special journey to one of the most sacred and scenic destinations in Nepal, Muktinath. Nestled high in the Himalayas, this place is not only a spiritual site, but also an unforgettable travel experience. Join us as we explore its stunning landscapes, unique culture, and the adventure that comes with reaching this incredible place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and come along for the ride.
Our journey begins from Kathmandu, and this time it's going to be an adventurous ride, because we're doing the entire trip on motorbikes. We are 4 brothers riding on 2 motorbikes, and we'll be covering around 450 kilometers through mountains, valleys, and rugged roads. This isn't a one-day trip. It's going to take us several days filled with challenges, breathtaking scenery, and unforgettable memories. We'll be passing through winding roads, high mountain passes, stunning landscapes, and of course, some unexpected challenges along the way.
After a few hours of riding, we've reached Mugling, a well-known highway junction in Nepal. We took a short break here to stretch our legs, grab some snacks, and refuel both ourselves and the bikes. The ride so far has been smooth with beautiful views of hills and rivers along the way. From here, we're heading towards Pokhara, which will be our rest stop for the day. It's going to be a refreshing break before we take on the tougher roads ahead on our journey to Muktinath.
Although we finally made it to Pokhara after riding 200 kilometers from Kathmandu, it wasn't all smooth. There were lots of roadworks along the way, and by the time we arrived, we were completely covered in dust. But that's all part of the adventure, right? A quick shower and some good food should set us right for the next leg of our journey.
Now that we've freshened up, it's time to head out and grab a yummy Nepali meal. And of course, nothing beats a classic plate of dal bhat. Simple, hearty, and always satisfying after a long ride.
Good morning from Pokhara. After a much-needed rest and a delicious meal last night, we're now getting ready to continue our journey. Bikes are checked, bags are packed, and we're for what lies ahead as we move one step closer to Muktinath. The weather looks great, spirits are high, and the road ahead is calling. Pokhara is naturally beautiful, surrounded by lakes, hills, and peaceful vibes. We were tempted to explore more, but since we still have a long journey ahead, we promised ourselves to fully enjoy Pokhara on our way back from Muktinath. After a short ride this morning, we stopped by a local cafe for breakfast. The view here is beautiful and the vibe is peaceful, just what we needed to kickstart the day. It's always nice to start the day with a warm meal and a hot cup of tea before hitting the road again. After an amazing breakfast, we're back on the road again. The scenic beauty along the way keeps lifting our spirits and makes us even more excited for the journey ahead. Every kilometer brings us closer to Muktinath, Before heading further, we made a quick stop to refuel our bikes and double-check everything for the ride ahead.
Just before reaching Baglung, we took a right turn toward Beni. From this point on, the road conditions started to get rough. Dusty, bumpy, and full of twists and turns. But honestly, the adventure, the scenery, and our excitement to reach Muktinath made us forget all about the discomfort. This stretch may be challenging, but it's all part of the unforgettable experience.
We've now covered a total of 363 kilometers and arrived at Beni Bazaar.
It's been a long ride, and this lively little town is the perfect place to take a break. Here we'll grab a meal, rest for a bit, and regain our strength for the tougher stretch that lies ahead.
After a good rest at Beni Bazaar, our real adventure begins. With engines roaring and excitement in our hearts, we leave the town behind, heading straight into the wild off-road terrain towards Muktinath. The road quickly turns rough, dust rises, stones rattle beneath the tires, and every turn brings a new challenge. But this is what we came for. To our side, the mighty Kali Gandaki River flows with an ancient rhythm. Its sound is powerful, sometimes a gentle murmur, sometimes a crashing roar that echoes through the valley. It's a constant companion, guiding us through this rugged land. Giant hills loom around us like sleeping giants, cut by time and nature. Waterfalls pour down their faces, turning the cliffs into living walls of water. The cool mist touches our faces and brings a moment of pure peace. Every obstacle becomes a memory, crossing cold mountain streams, maneuvering around landslides, and navigating steep, narrow trails that cling to cliffs. The views are surreal. Terraced fields stretch like a painter's brushwork across the hills, while snow-capped peaks rise in the distance, reminding us just how far we've come and how far we still have to go.
One of the most stunning attractions on the way to Muktinath is Rupse Waterfall. This powerful cascade crashes down from the hills, right beside the off-road trail. So close, you can feel the spray as you ride past. It's loud, wild, and absolutely unforgettable. Rupse isn't just a stop, it's a highlight of the whole journey.
Here, the journey is not just about reaching a destination, it's about the beauty in between. The road from Beni to Muktinath isn't easy. It tests your endurance, your focus, and your spirit. But with every turn, every river crossing, and every breathtaking view, it rewards you with an experience that stays in your soul forever.
After crossing the roaring Rups waterfall, the air started to change. It was getting colder with every kilometer, and we could truly feel that we were climbing higher into the mountains. The landscape around us shifted. Steep cliffs gave way to wide valleys, and in the distance, we witnessed the snow-clad Himalayan peaks. It was surreal, those white giants standing tall, wrapped in clouds, shining under the afternoon sun. The beauty of nature here is absolutely fascinating. Raw, untouched, and powerful. Every turn brought a new view, a new moment of awe, reminding us why this journey is so special.
As we continued gaining altitude, the landscape began to change dramatically. The lush greenery slowly faded away, replaced by bare, rugged mountains towering above us. These hills were massive, majestic in their silence, but almost completely stripped of vegetation. Maybe it was the cold, maybe the snow, But here, nature looked raw and exposed. There were no trees, no grass, just rocky slopes, scattered scree, and the occasional whisper of wind echoing through the valleys. It felt like we had entered a different world, so stark, so beautiful, and so wildly different from just a few kilometers below. We found ourselves riding just beneath the towering snow-clad giants. The mountains stretched endlessly above us, their white peaks gleaming brilliantly against the sky. The view was absolutely majestic, every turn revealing more of this breathtaking landscape. At the same time, the thrill of being so close to these natural wonders made our hearts race. It was an exhilarating mix of awe and excitement, an experience we'll never forget. Leaving Kagbeni on our left, we continued our journey and soon arrived at a popular selfie point. We couldn't resist stopping. This spot offered a stunning panoramic view of the valley below and the snow-capped peaks in the distance. It was the perfect place to pause, take some photos, and just soak in the raw, untouched beauty that surrounded us. Moments like these remind us why we travel. With the echoes of nature still lingering in our minds, we pushed forward towards the sacred land of Muktinath. The sun had dipped beyond the horizon, casting a fiery glow before surrendering to the night. Darkness crept in swiftly, wrapping the vast mountains in mystery and silence. Every turn of the road now felt more intense, more surreal, as if the journey itself was preparing us for something extraordinary. And we finally made it to Muktinath. The night had fully settled in, wrapping the village in a quiet stillness. With darkness all around, we decided to find shelter for the night, a place to rest, to recover from the long and thrilling ride. Tomorrow, as the first light touches these sacred mountains, we'll set out to explore and offer our prayers at the revered temple of Muktinath. Good morning from the sacred land of Muktinath. It's a truly beautiful start to the day. The golden rays of the rising sun gently kiss the snow-clad mountains, casting a soft, heavenly glow across the landscape. The air is crisp and pure, filling our lungs with freshness and peace. A perfect beginning to another unforgettable day. To reach the sacred Muktinath Temple from the vehicle drop-off point, devotees must walk uphill through a series of stone-paved stairs. The climb can be a bit challenging, especially due to the high altitude, but it's all part of the spiritual journey. For those who may find walking difficult, whether due to age, health, or exhaustion, horses are available to hire. Local handlers assist pilgrims on horseback, making it possible for almost anyone to reach the temple and offer their prayers, regardless of physical ability. Muktinath is not just a temple. It's a revered spiritual destination that draws thousands of pilgrims every year from Nepal, India, and around the world. Its popularity stems from its deep religious significance for both Hindus and Buddhists. For Hindus, Muktinath is one of the 108 sacred Divya Deshams dedicated to Lord Vishnu. It is believed that visiting this temple grants moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Devotees bathe under the temple's 108 ice-cold water spouts, known as Muktidhara, to cleanse themselves of sins and impurities. For Buddhists, the site is equally sacred,
Known as Chumagyatsa in Tibetan, meaning 100 waters, the temple is associated with Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, who is said to have meditated here. It is considered one of the 24 tantric places and holds great spiritual energy. This harmony of two major religions, set against the backdrop of the Himalayas, makes Muktinath not only a place of worship, but a symbol of peace, devotion, and unity.
After offering our prayers at the temple, we began our descent back down to the bustling bazaar below. The peacefulness of the temple stayed with us as we walked, surrounded by the vibrant colors and lively atmosphere of the market awaiting us. After our spiritual visit, we treated ourselves to a happy, delicious Nepali meal, the classic dal bhat. There's a popular saying here, dal bhat power 24-hour, meaning this hearty meal gives you energy to keep going all day long. And trust me, it truly does. After enjoying our delicious meal, we set off towards a nearby mountain to immerse ourselves in the breathtaking natural beauty surrounding us. Standing there with the mighty Himalayas towering beside us, it was impossible not to feel a deep connection to this incredible landscape, raw, majestic, and timeless. Even though the journey from Kathmandu to Muktinath on a motorbike wasn't easy, with rough roads, high altitudes, and unpredictable weather, the stunning natural beauty around us, the strong bond of brotherhood, and the joy of great company made every challenge worthwhile. Together we pushed forward and finally reached our goal. An unforgettable adventure etched in our hearts forever.
Thank you for watching this video through to the very end. Your time and attention are deeply appreciated. If you found this content enjoyable, we kindly invite you to support the channel by giving it a like, sharing it, and subscribing for more content of this nature. Your continued support means a great deal and helps us grow and improve. Thank you once again, and we look forward to having you with us in the next video.